Welcome back to Empowering the Educator Within. I'm your host, Christina Shalla, and today we're unpacking a topic that might just shift how you think about supporting English language learners in your classroom. Let's start with a question. When you're planning instruction for English language learners, where do you usually begin? For many of us, the instinct is to start with speaking and writing, getting students to produce language as quickly as possible. But lately, I've been wondering, what if that instinct is leading us in the wrong direction? Let's break it down. Language development, at its core, can be divided into two key categories: input and output. Input includes listening and reading, the ways we take language in. Output is what we express through speaking and writing. In many classrooms, it's the output that gets prioritized, and that's understandable. Spoken and written language gives us tangible evidence of progress. It's visible, it's measurable, and let's be honest, there's no shortage of resources out there designed to improve speaking and writing in ELLs. But here's the catch. When we overemphasize output without building input first, we risk creating the illusion of understanding. Let me explain. If we're not paying close attention to how language is being received, whether a student can actually decode the words they're hearing or reading, then we're skipping over a foundational piece of learning. Think about it. If an ELL student doesn't fully grasp the vocabulary used in a classroom explanation, or if the reading material is above their language level, how can we expect them to demonstrate understanding in a written response or class discussion? And yet, this happens all the time. We ask students to produce output based on content they didn't actually have the tools to comprehend in the first place. Another layer to this, when we do teach input, it's often geared toward everyday conversational English, which, while helpful, isn't the kind of language that helps students navigate academic tasks. Let's say a student has become comfortable with conversational English. They can navigate social interactions, follow classroom routines, and respond in basic discussions. But what happens when they're expected to give a presentation on animal habitats or write an opinion paragraph on renewable energy? That's when we start to see the disconnect. It's not just unfamiliar vocabulary. They're missing the deeper understanding that academic language builds over time through consistent exposure in listening and reading. So, what do we end up with? ELL students who may seem fluent in everyday situations and can complete simple writing tasks, but who still struggle to keep up with classroom instruction, especially when it comes to understanding and using academic language. They're participating, yes, but underneath that surface, they're often overwhelmed. They're missing key information because the focus has been on what they can say or write rather than what they truly understand. What if we flipped the approach? What if we gave students more time, space, and scaffolding to build their input skills first, to truly understand what they're hearing and reading before expecting them to produce? That might mean slowing down our speech. It might mean using differentiated texts, pre-teaching vocabulary, or explicitly modeling listening and reading strategies. It's not about ignoring speaking and writing, but about making sure those skills are grounded in comprehension. Because when a student understands what's going on, their output becomes more meaningful. If we want our English language learners to thrive, not just survive in academic settings, we need to start with understanding. And that means giving input, listening and reading, the attention it truly deserves. Because real language growth doesn't begin with speaking or writing. It begins with comprehension. When students have the tools to make sense of what they hear and read, they're better prepared to participate, contribute, and succeed. What strategies have worked for you when helping students understand language before they use it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment on the education blog at shalabooks.com. And if you're looking for more ideas, insights, or practical tools to support your teaching practice, you'll find plenty of free resources waiting for you there too. Until next time, keep believing in the impact you make. And as always, keep empowering the educator within.